What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Wheelchair EDC. In this video, I'm going to be going over what I think the best choice for a California CCW pistol holder would be. These are just, my thoughts, my opinions, but for California users, you guys know we're limited. And this is what I think would be the best choice for not just California, but some topics for other states that, are more free. Main thing, it would be size and capacity, that ratio. So, we'll just jump into it. I'll hit those points when we get there. But yeah, so this is subcompact, so anything under a Glock 19 size. The only reason I have the XD40 out here, this is the compact because I don't have a subcompact, but I'm just having this as reference because there's no, just like the Glock 19 to Glock 26, Glock 27, the only difference is grip is smaller and 1 inch less on barrel. So minus an inch, but everything else is the same. Size, thickness. It's a stand-in for now. So like I said, everything under a Glock 19, Glock 23 size, 940. I don't have a 45. No need for it. But yeah, so subcompacts for California. These are my thoughts, my opinions. Hope you guys enjoy the video. So let's get into it. So like I said, anything under a Glock 19 size considered subcompact. So we'll start off with revolvers because obviously it is smaller. Great choice for any CCW holder. Very easy to work. You guys know, single action, double action. Only flaw is capacity and reloading. You can get a wheel gun, revolver, 5 rounds. This is 5 rounds of 357. Also shoots 38, as you guys know. Very, very good gun. Very solid. This is the Ruger SP101, as you guys know from other videos that I've put up. This is very heavy. Not super heavy, but it is on the heavier side of revolvers. You can get like an airweight or lightweight, whatever. Let's see. Okay, zero that out. So like I said, I'm just going to do empty weights. So this is the heavier side of the revolvers, snub noses. So this is 1 pound, 9.2 ounces versus, an empty Glock, 1 pound, 9.8 ounces. So, it's a couple ounces lighter. Obviously, with ammo in it, it's going to be heavier depending on what ammo you run. But size and weight, very good. Grip could be a little bit better. I still have the stock grip. I haven't upgraded the grip because I put this on my permit, carried it for a couple days, a couple weeks actually, and threw it back in the safe. I'm still comfortable with that. Once I put these two on my permit, that might be going back in the safe or dedicated truck gun. But this, revolvers, no maintenance. There's no spring tension. There's no nothing. Only spring tension is when you're about to fire. Like this, safe gun. You could drop this, you can throw it, you can boomerang it, whatever you want. It's not going to go off. Cons, like I said, is ammo capacity. So 5 rounds. Speed loaders are big and bulky. Speed strips, a little bit harder to use than a speed loader. You can carry a couple 5-round speed strips, 15 rounds, 3 of them, 15 rounds. And they're about the thickness of the grip. But revolvers, great for maybe a woman carrier or a new timer, you know, no maintenance on this. They can throw it in a bag, a purse, you know, whatever they feel that they can put it. Sights on it, not the best. I did upgrade the front sight to a fiber optic front sight. It does line up a little bit better, as you guys can see, but no adjustment, anything. So, you know, they work. They're great. Just, they have their flaws. So next up, we'll do the KAHR CW9. You guys know I do love the. It's a love and hate relationship with this gun. It's a great gun, great trigger. Everything is unloaded on the table. No ammo, no nothing. So, you know, chill out. But trigger, great trigger. Nice and smooth. There's no wall. There's a little bit of take up in the beginning, but it's just smooth, buttery trigger pull all the way through. And I bought this used. I don't know if they polished it, but it is stock internals. I opened it up and looked, but you know, anyways. So actually getting into this one, I didn't actually do size on that. So let me do this. I'm going to leave this on screen just as comparison. So just under 7 inches. So what is that? 6 3/4, 6 7/8. I'm going to go 6 7/8 for slide length. I'm going to go under the optic right at the back side. So that is 4 5/8. So I'm going to leave that on screen, just length and height. Go ahead and do width too, just so you guys can see. I'm going to go off the 2-inch mark so you guys can see. So it is right at 1 inch thick. Put that there. So revolvers, you know, like I said, you guys can get any revolver you want. This is the one that I have. So if you go from the edge of the barrel to here, where your webbing would sit, about 6 inches, and top of gun to bottom of grip, just at 5 inches. So yes, it looks about the same size. Technically, it's smaller. And then width, how can I do that? So it's about inch and a half, 1 5/8, about there. And capacity, like I said, 5 rounds of 357. Not the best. 357 will get the job done, but if you need that 6th round, you're kind of fucked. So go into the KAHR. Tip the barrel to edge right here. So that is 6 1/4 for length. That is 4 3/8 for the height, and going off the 2-inch mark, just under an inch, about 2 7/8. So you guys know I hate this gun. I love it and I hate it. Shoots really good. The only thing is I am not accurate with this because that width. It's too thin for my hands. I wear large, extra large rubber gloves. That's the easiest way to figure out what size your hand is. Go to the doctor. When they tell you to cough and bend over, grab a couple gloves off the wall, put them on, see what size you are. When they're tight, they're too tight. They're small. When they're loose, they're too big. When they're snug, that's what size you are. But so going to this Capacity for this, as you guys know, 7+1. That is just under 4 3/4 inches. So 7+1, 8 + 1. That's going to be more around 5 1/8. So 8 + 1. 10 + 1 if you can find these mags. I did a review on them before. They are very pricey, very pricey. This is just under 6 inches, 5 7/8. And that's what it looks like. Obviously, this would be a backup mag, but capacity is still limited with the KAHR. I mean, it fits in perfect with California with our 10 round maximum. So 10 + 1. Obviously, you would carry with the either 7 or 8 round mag. Have this as a backup. But, you know, if I'm going to be doing a top 5, this would probably be 5 or maybe even 6 because of capacity. It would go right next to revolvers. So going to XDs, the subcompacts, I'm going to go off of the logo just to take off an inch. I'm actually going to go, so that's 5 1/8. So I'm going to knock an inch off and go 4 1/8. And then same thing with this, right at 7. So I'm going to go 6 inches. No, I'm going to go 6 3/4. So I'm going to go 5 3/4 for that. And then width, 1 1/8. So that measurement's not going to change. XDs, I never liked them in the beginning. I got this one for dirt cheap off of my buddy, and I'm liking them more and more. I rarely shoot this gun because I had no need for 40, but the more I shoot it, the more I like it. Trigger on it, a lot of take up. See, because I didn't have that depressed all the way, it locked up right there. It locks up. You have to have a good grip to shoot it. And in my previous videos, why I don't choose these is because of that issue. But obviously, you know, I'm rotating my wrist, not getting a good grip. Of course, it's gonna lock up like that because not a secure grip. But I do like them. They are very comfortable in the hand, more comfortable than the GLOCK. But because of that safety right here, that's why I don't recommend this for CCW. Great range toy, but other than that, I wouldn't recommend this for carry. Controls really stick out far. They're about 1/8 of an inch thick for the takedown and the slide catch. Pros about this: great trigger, very clean trigger, a lot of take up, but very light, very crisp break. Another pro for this, ambi mag release. So I find when I shoot this, instead of using my thumb, so empty gun, I'll use my pointer finger, my trigger finger, without losing any grip from there to the button, drop the mag. But capacity is limited on this. As you guys know, this is a 40. 9's gonna be more. Compact, I think, is 10 rounds exactly, just like the Glock 26, Glock 27. and then it just gets bigger from there. I do have Freedom Week mags from this, for this. They are only 12 rounders. You can get the full size that are 14 or 15 rounders. And I'm not sure what that converts over to 9 mil because, like I said, this is 40 and I'm not sure what the difference is. But it's a good gun. Do I recommend it for CCW? No, because it's too safe. Let's say you have to draw this and you have to shoot like this. You're laying flat on your back and you can't get a good grip. It's going to be a dead gun. So that would be one step above because capacity is better. But, you know, if you guys like that, you guys trust it to get that good grip and be able to carry it, then, you know, by all means, go ahead. Okay, so let me move these over. So I'll do this for last because that's my main recommendation. So here, you guys know I just picked this up. This is a Gen 1 because it doesn't have the safety, external safety, but it's not printed with a Gen 2 or 2.0 slide or anything like that. So this is like a out-of-state first-gen M&P Shield. Law enforcement was able to get these. I got this off my sheriff buddy. I really do like this. It's a little bit thicker. Just a hair thicker. So it feels better in my hand. It is a little bit wider also, which feels better to me than the KAHR. I haven't shot it yet. With gas prices, going out to the hills is too expensive right now, and still doing maintenance on the indoor range. I don't know what's up with them, if they're even gonna reopen it, but you know, eventually I'm gonna shoot that and shoot this. I'm still converting this to Glock 26 from 40 to 9 so I can run it as a backup to that. But for this, M&P Shield, never liked him in the beginning. The only time I ever handled it was the 40 cal version, and I had issues with it. This one, I like this more for some reason. And I love 40 cal, so it's not the round. It was just that gun in specific was not my favorite. So this is right at 6 inches. Well, if you go all the way to the back, 6 1/8 for length. Height, I'm gonna go right to the shelf. 4 3/8. So for this, and then I'll do thickness, go right at the 2 inch. So it is exactly 7/8, a little over 7/8. But I really like this. I'm surprised I really like this. I've hated these guns for years. Like I said, I've just had issues with the couple that I've shot. Trigger on this, not the best. That is for damn sure not the best. Very tough, smooth but tough trigger. This was my buddy's EDC gun for 5-6 years. He hasn't done anything to this other than put rounds through it. But it is a very good option. It is smaller than the CW9, just by hairs. As you guys can see, that pretty much they line up. The notch is flat, the step for the mag. It is about the same a little bit thicker, a little bit wider, feels better in my hand. I have large hands, but capacity is where this is gonna excel a little bit. So 7 rounds right there. It's just at the same. So 7 plus 1, 7 plus 1. 8 plus 1. 10 plus 1. And if you get some Pro Mags, I think they make a 13 and a 15 plus 1. But with the 8 round mag in this, and the 8 round mag in this, that's about 4 3/4. This is about 5 1/8. 5 3/16, about there. So obviously this is bigger. I can stand them up just like that. You guys can see they're both 8 round mags, 8 plus 1. But you guys know, single stack versus semi double stack. It's like a 1.5 stack. You guys can see right there. Obviously, shield mags are thicker. We'll go with the 10 rounders. 10 plus 1 right there. 10 plus 1 right there. Still hangs out pretty far. But that feels a lot better to me than the KAHR. Like I said, hated these guns. Now that I got one, I mess with it every day. Pick it up, handle it, dry fire it. Really getting a feel for it, and I am liking it more and more. Flaws with this, obviously capacity. Aftermarket support for this is a lot better than the KAHR, a lot better than the XD, and a lot better than the revolver. Not as good, but very close to the GLOCKs. As you guys know, he gave me the light laser combo with it. Works great, but yeah, definitely recommend this over the KAHR. Recommend this over the XD. Recommend this over the revolvers, because just like GLOCK, only a trigger safety and internal safeties and all that, but there's no backstrap safety. There's no very slim controls, not like the XDs where they hang out pretty far. But sights, pretty good. These are just regular 3-dot sights, just like everything else except for the KAHR. KAHR is line dot sights, and revolver is just a front sight with no rear sight, just a milled sight. So definitely recommend this. I'm gonna go into this, and then we will get weights of everything so you guys can see that. This is a Glock 27. I am converting it to 26, so I can run 9mm in this and that. Great trigger. This is the best Glock trigger I've ever felt. Very, very light, smooth factory trigger. 2-finger gun, obviously. So for measurements, tip of the barrel. So end of the slide is 6 1/4. To the end of the beaver tail, it is 6 7. No, just under 6 1/2. Height, it is 3 7/8. So as a Glock 27 factory 10-round mag, so 10 plus 1, 11 rounds, Tiny little package. If it was a Glock 26, factory, 10 round mag. No, sorry, 9 round mag. That's 10 rounds of 40. When you bump down to 9 mil, you gain 1 round. So 10 round mag. So 10 plus 1, 11 in 9 mil. 9 plus 1 in 40. Also, these are 40 round mags. 10 rounds. 10 plus 1, you gain finger. With that, you're at 4 and 5/8, right at the tip of the grip. Feels good. Feels great. With the regular Glock one. These are Pierce grip extensions. These are different. These hang down a little bit lower. These are right at 4 and 5/8, maybe a little bit more. They don't look as aesthetically pleasing as this. That really matches the finger grooves and the checkering. This looks like you gave some kid a crayon and he drew a potato. Nice thing about the Glocks is they take every mag. This is my Glock 19 mag, my Freedom Week mag that I always have at the range and I do my qualifications with. So this is a standard 15 round 9mm mag with the +5 extension. Fits in there perfect. Also, fun sticks, 33 round mag. Fits in there perfect. It's very, very universal. XDs, they accept mags. So if you get the subcompact XD, you can use the compact mags in it. You can use the full-size mags in it, the same thing. The only thing is they're less capacity. They don't have fun sticks. They're harder to find extensions for. They really don't have that good of a aftermarket support. But they're still a decent choice if that's what you have. Don't recommend it, but if that's what you have, if that's what you can afford, go ahead. Aftermarket support for the Glock, as you guys can see, this is, tricked out to what I like, what I preferred. And it works. Same thing for subcompacts. So we will get into weight. This, how it is, I'm not going to weigh that because slide is different. I have a light, I have a magwell, a little bit of magwell. I have the grips, the beaver tail, the sight. It's too much weight to go off of stock. So revolvers. Obviously, this is a heavy revolver. You're going to be under this weight by a lot if you go with an airlight or something like that. So, oh wait, why is that fluid ounces? Ounces, zero it out. So, 25.19 ounces for the KAHR with 7 round mags. So I'm gonna weigh these with their standard EDC mags. 18.66 ounces. Because that's how you're gonna carry it. With this, I will use the 40 cal mag, 26, 9 plus 1, 21.66. Let me pull that out. This obviously going to be more. I don't have a Allen wrench to pull the light off. So I will subtract that. I'll look up what the weight is and subtract it from the actual total here, and I'll put that on the screen. But this is 21.66. And then for the XD, obviously this is going to be way, way heavier. So right now I'll put the weight of the subcompact XD on the screen just to give you guys an idea of the difference of that. But yeah, so if you ask me, if you want my opinions, choice number one, Glock wins. They feel good in hand. They, like I said, the capacity is amazing. Aftermarket support is incredible. You can do anything you want with them. They just beat everything else. My second choice, honestly, M&P Shields. I'm very surprised on how they are now. That I'm actually very, very much pleased with how they feel. Yes, the triggers are tough, but they are a very good second choice. Third choice, which would be surprising. Only reason, lack of safeties. All this has is a very long trigger pull. Third choice would be the XDs, because they feel better to me in hand than the Glocks. Different grip angle, more rounded instead of squared, better trigger pull, but they're lower on the list. And finally, just because of capacity, revolvers. So first place, second, third, fourth, and fifth. That is my top 5 recommendations for California CCW holders. Hopefully this video helps you guys out and you've learned something. Hopefully I didn't waste your time, but just some food for thought on what I think, you know, with our situation of this shitty state, what we are left with. This is my opinion, my thoughts. So, like I said, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys learned something, and catch you guys in the next one. Please, please, please join the Discord. Easier to get a hold of me there if you have any questions. Just, you know, let me know what you guys think, what your recommendations are, what you guys carry, what you guys own, what your top 5 options are. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Later.